What are your thoughts on how I can step into bravery?
I actually took this question from Twitter and I answered the question in one word. You've lived a life dominated by doubt and fear. How do you step into bravery? Step. That's how you step into bravery. Take the step. Step aggressively towards your fear. And that step towards your fear is the step into bravery. Because we're scared of what we don't know. And there's only one way to learn and to know, and that is to confront that fear. You have to step, you have to go. And this simple action, this simple attitude, it answers so many questions. So many questions. How do you get to the gym every day? You step. You go. How do you change your diet? You step. You go. How do you overcome fear of failure or fear of success or fear of fear itself? You step. And how do you face the fear of the unknown? You step. Don't wait anymore. Don't think anymore. Don't plan anymore. Don't contemplate anymore. Don't make any more excuses or justifications. Don't rationalize anything else. No, no, and no. Instead, be aggressive. Take action now. And what is the first action that you need to take? What's the first step you need to take? The first step you need to take is just that. Step.
I'll give you a really straightforward example. Jumping out of an airplane. When I was in the SEAL teams, that's something that we had to do. The first time you ever jump out of an airplane, it's a very unnatural thing to do. And if you have any sense of self-preservation, you're going to look at the open door of a moving aircraft that's at 1,200 feet above the ground, and you're going to think to yourself, this doesn't seem like a good idea. So it's a very unnatural feeling to think, oh, I'm going to look at that door. I'm 1,200 feet above the ground. I'm going 120 miles an hour in an airplane, and I'm supposed to step out this door and trust that this cord on my back is going to pull out this parachute. Occasionally, someone will freeze in the door. They will clamp onto the door and they don't want to go out. It's the classic situation where they hesitated for that moment, and that moment grows and the fears grow. And instead of doing what they're supposed to do, they end up being a no jumper and returning to the earth inside of the plane, which is not the way it's supposed to work. So what I learned to do is, look, put all that stuff aside. There's the door. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk towards that door. I'm going to step out of it, and I'm going to get some.
If you're thinking, then you're not taking action. And if you're not taking action, then there's no consequence. And if there's no consequence, then there's nothing to be afraid of. So I think that the overthinking can be an excuse for actual fear. And same thing with like, oh, I'm a perfectionist. That's also fear. It's fear of not being perfect. And then on top of that, low confidence. Well, if you have low confidence, guess what? You're afraid. Your confidence is low. You're not sure yourself. So you sit around and think about doing it instead of actually doing it. And then anxiety. Well, yeah, anxiety actually is fear. You're afraid to do something. And then IQ. Now that might be, I guess, maybe someone has a high IQ and therefore they're thinking a lot. And maybe that's not fear. But let me ask you a question. If you're so smart, then why aren't you taking action and making something happen? So you got a big IQ, that's no excuse to sit around and overthink things. Especially because if you're so smart, why can't you come up with a quick solution? Why can't you realize that overthinking is actually causing the problem harm? It's not moving the problem forward. So quit thinking so much and take action. Facing your fears. It takes discipline to face your fears so you can conquer them. Discipline, the root of all good qualities, the driver of daily execution. Stronger, smarter, faster, healthier, better, free. Envision what it feels like when you're done. What it feels like after you've worked out, or you've held the line on your food intake, or you've
push through some monotonous project